My name is Dougie Watt. I am from Linder Myers Solicitors. Linder Myers Solicitors are a firm of solicitors who provide private client and business-to-business services from both the Manchester hub and a growing number of regional offices through England. I think we've identified that by being unashamedly focused on the small to medium enterprise and owner-manager business, we appreciate that their personal and business affairs are pretty much intertwined, and we've targeted our approach to accommodate that. Double espresso, 1 sugar. I'd say launching an internal communications platform that, despite a few technical glitches early on, is now taken us to a new level of being able to share information and sharing sort of news in very much real time. It's going to be crucial for us to have that level of communication as we grow as a firm. First up, I think I'd recommend Jepson Holt. We work with Phil and his team on a number of areas of our business, from recruitment at all levels, but also through to merger opportunities. And the one thing that stands out with those guys is that they seem to have discretion and delivery kind of baked into their DNA as a firm, and it's a great thing to have in a partner. Secondly, the E word, they've been a partner of ours for some time now, and really, Dan and the guys there, they're demonstrating that taking a sort of long-term partnership approach to our digital marketing, it's really beginning to pay off. This is a tricky one that I've agonised over. I've looked at it in sort of 3 ways. Culturally, from a business perspective, and then just in the wider environment. And I'd say culturally, Tony Wilson, simply because he shaped, in many ways, the way that Manchester as a city presents itself both to the UK and to the rest of the world. He was very instrumental in shaping that attitude that makes Manchester the place it is. And despite his passing, I think his influence will be felt for a long time to come. Secondly, Clive Memmott from the Greater Manchester Chamber of Commerce. Clive and his team over at the Chamber, I think, are batting for businesses in Greater Manchester on so many levels that, they do have that influence. And lastly, I can't think of whether it's an individual or not, but whoever convinced the BBC to move up north has obviously had a fair influence on Manchester, because that shot in the arm that the BBC's locating themselves here has to businesses in all sectors is going to be felt for a long time to come, I think. Well, firstly, I'd say it's the team of guys at Starbucks just off the Town Hall Square. Despite their dodgy tax affairs, they tend to be the first people I see and speak to in the morning, and they're always very lovely and very nice, so I'll count them as one. Secondly, Sarah Bradley, who runs Acquire, a business development company. She seems to be networked or connected in some way, shape or form to pretty much everyone in Manchester, and her enthusiasm, her passion for what she does, it's just infectious. And I say lastly, I've got to mention Jamie Talbot from Online Ventures. Not only is he just a thoroughly bloody lovely bloke, but for my money, he's got the nicest hair in Manchester. Well, as a marketer, I think credibility, vision, and commerciality. Credibility in that it's very easy to talk a good game as a marketeer, but to deliver a good game is a completely different thing. Vision, because in many ways, you're taking a company forward, and tomorrow's view of the company might not be what people can fully get today. So being able to have that vision and communicate it to a pretty diverse range of audiences is instrumental. And lastly, I would say commerciality. Today and tomorrow's marketers are more and more going to be measured on their return of market investment, and making sure that the investment they make in time, money, whatever, has results. I think the days of You know, having a creative wank as a solution to a business problem are very much over. I'd have to say bar, town hall tavern, real pub, good music, real people. Restaurant wise, real big fan of the L'Entrecote. If someone's never worked in Manchester before, there are so many networking events in Manchester that you can choose from. I wouldn't necessarily go and recommend one. What I would say is sort of get yourself out there. Inevitably, you'll kiss a few frogs, but sooner or later you'll find the one that suits you and meets best your needs.